Have you ever had that strange, kind of lingering feeling that a specific sequence of numbers is literally following you around? You look at your phone, you check a grocery receipt, or maybe you glance at a passing license plate, and boom, there it is again, 369. It's enough to make absolutely anyone pause, right? Well, if you've been experiencing this, I want to completely validate what you're going through. You're not alone, and actually, it's not just a coincidence. Welcome to this explainer, where we're going to unravel the true meaning behind this incredibly powerful numerical sequence and figure out what the universe might just be trying to tell you. Okay, let's dive into this, because this is the ultimate question, isn't it? Why do these three specific digits just keep popping up in your life? Well, today, we are going to uncover exactly why you keep seeing 369 everywhere. We'll look at the deep spiritual significance that has captivated lightworkers for years, and we'll also explore the completely fascinating grounding science behind how our brains actually process these numbers. So, here's our roadmap for today. We'll start by decoding the mystery of 369 itself. Then, look at how the legendary Nikola Tesla viewed the universe through these exact digits. From there, we'll hit the actual science of why you keep seeing it. And finally, we'll build all the way up to mastering a powerful self-improvement technique called the 369 manifestation method, closing out with some crucial tips for success. Part 1. The mystery of 369. Let's start right at the beginning and decode the spiritual foundation and meaning behind this specific numerical sequence. So each of these numbers individually carries a really heavy energetic weight. The number 3 represents creation, expression, and a direct connection with the divine. Moving to the middle, 6 stands for balance, harmony, and that deep inner strength we all possess. And finally, 9 symbolizes completion, wisdom, and letting go of negativity. But when you combine them all together into 369, something genuinely magical happens. Spiritualists actually consider this combination a master activation code. It's basically a bridge connecting your internal thoughts directly to physical reality. So why is this activation code showing up for you specifically right now? Well, there are 7 distinct spiritual reasons. First, you might just be in divine alignment, meaning the universe is confirming, hey, you're on the exact right path. Second, your manifestation power is highly activated at the moment, so you definitely want to be super mindful of your thoughts. Third, an old cycle in your life is completing, making space for the new. Fourth, your spiritual awakening is accelerating, and your intuition is really leveling up. Fifth, because that number 3 is so strong, it's a call to use your voice, to express your truth, or share your unique gifts. Sixth, some balance between your mind, body, and spirit is required. And seventh, it's just a gentle nudge that you're being closely protected and guided by your spirit team. Basically, if you keep saying 369, the universe is telling you, we see you, and we've got your back. Part 2, Tesla and the universe. We're now going to connect this spiritual mystery to one of history's absolute most brilliant minds. If you only knew the magnificence of the 3, 6, and 9, then you would have the key to the universe. That is a famously attributed quote from the legendary Serbian-American inventor Nikola Tesla. Now, Tesla wasn't just the genius behind alternating current and the remote control. He actually had this profound, deep-seated fascination with what he considered to be universal divine numbers. And this brilliantly illustrates exactly what Tesla was exploring. On one hand, we've got his mathematical theories. When looking at circles, which, have 360 degrees, Tesla noted that 3 plus 6 plus 0 equals 9. And honestly, no matter how many times you divide a circle, the resulting numbers literally always reduce back to a 3, a 6, or a 9. It's wild. On the other hand, we have his core belief that if you want to find the secrets of the universe, you absolutely must think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. Tesla firmly believed these 3 specific digits were the fundamental blueprint of nature and energy itself. Part 3, the science of seeing it. Now, let's shift gears slightly. For any skeptics out there, there's actually a very grounded psychological reality to exactly why you keep seeing these numbers everywhere you look. It all comes down to a really fascinating network in your brain called the reticular activating system, or RAS for short. Think of the RAS like a cognitive filter. We are constantly bombarded with millions of bits of information every single second. If we actually tried to process all of it, our brains would completely overload. So your RAS filters out the background noise and only brings information to your attention that is relevant to your current focus, your beliefs, or your goals. So if you've recently learned about 369, or if you have a goal you're just intensely focused on, your brain actively starts searching your daily environment for those exact digits. You aren't magically generating the numbers. Your brain is just selectively highlighting them out of a massive sea of data. It's literally science confirming that where your focus goes, your energy flows.
Part 4. How to use 369. So, we've covered the mystery and the science, and now we arrive at the really exciting part, active mastery. Let's look at how to actually harness this phenomenon through the 369 manifestation method, which was created by lightworker Corinne Yi.
The foundational building block of this entire method is the number 17. According to the teachings of spiritual teacher Abraham Hicks, it takes exactly 17 seconds for the human brain to create the energy of a single thought. When you hold your focus on a thought for 17 seconds, the brain kicks into gear and creates more of that energy, physically aligning you with what you're claiming. So your very first step here is to craft a manifestation statement that takes roughly 17 seconds, or about 2 sentences, to write out. Now, what's really interesting here is the structure of the affirmation. Take a listen to this example. I am so thankful for the universe aligning with me to attract 10,000 pounds into my bank account, bringing financial freedom and joy into my life. Notice a couple of things here. First, it's totally in the present tense. It assumes the goal is already a done deal. Second, look at the high emotion, kinesthetic words being used. Freedom, joy, thankful. Emotion is the real fuel for this process. You want to literally feel it in your body as you're writing. And again, it should take you just about 17 seconds to do so.
Okay, once you have that perfect 17-second statement, here is the core routine you're going to follow for 33 days. And why 33? Well, 3 times 3 is 9, and 3 plus 3 is 6. It all connects. So, step 1. The absolute second you wake up in the morning, grab a pen and your journal and write your statement 3 times, focusing entirely on the feeling of having it. Then release it and just go about your day. Step 2. At midday, maybe during your lunch break, you're going to write that same exact manifestation 6 times, once again fully immersing yourself in that positive energy. And finally, step 3. Right before you go to bed, write it out 9 times to really set that manifestation in stone before you sleep. The morning sets the intention, the afternoon amplifies it, and the evening completely solidifies it.
Now, let's look at how this builds, because the cool thing is you can actually customize this practice. Classic journaling is definitely the most popular, but there are variations to fit whatever your lifestyle looks like. If you're a really visual person, try the visualization technique, where you hold a crystal clear image of your success in your mind for 30 to 60 seconds while you write. If you're someone who loves details, there's scripting. You write a full paragraph in the morning, a slightly shorter one at lunch, and then just the core affirmation at night. If you're constantly on the go or just hate writing, the speaking method is perfect. You simply vocalize the statement 3, 6, and 9 times out loud. And finally, the gratitude combo is honestly incredibly powerful. You do the regular routine, but immediately add 3 things you're already grateful for. This is amazing because it keeps your energy totally locked onto abundance rather than lack. Part 5. Tips for manifesting success. To wrap up this explainer, let's go over the actionable guardrails you'll need to make absolutely sure this daily habit sticks and brings you real-world results. So the most absolutely crucial takeaway here comes down to consistency and mindset. Vague desires are going to give you vague results, so be highly specific. Always, always use the present tense. Saying I will just tells the universe you don't have it yet, which breeds lack. Feel the true emotion behind the words, because as we've learned, emotion is the fuel. Stay consistent for the full 33 days. Unfortunately, most people give up after just a week. You also need to avoid conflicting thoughts. You can't write about abundance in the morning and then spend the rest of your day complaining about bills, right? But honestly, perhaps the most important tip: detach from the how. Your only job is to focus on the end result. Do not obsess over how or when it's going to arrive. Just trust in divine timing, and trust that your reticular activating system will help you spot the right opportunities the second they appear. We've explored the profound spiritual messages of 369, Nikola Tesla's absolute mathematical fascination with it, the intense filtering power of your own brain, and a concrete step-by-step method to actually reshape your reality. The universe has gotten your attention, and now you know exactly what to do with it. So I'll leave you with this one final thought. Now that you literally hold the keys to the universe in your hands, what will you choose to manifest?